Embark gave you one of the best games of the year, and somehow that is still not enough for some of you. Arc Raiders brought hundreds of thousands of players, if not millions, into the extraction shooter genre for the very first time. And yet, the community seems to be a little ungrateful. So let us take a proper look at Arc Raiders, its universe, and why I think this game deserves a lot more appreciation than it is currently getting. What sets Arc Raiders apart from other games comes down to two core things. The first is playstyle freedom. Arc Raiders was originally developed as a PvE game, similar to Helldivers, where cooperation between players would be the key to taking down Arc enemies. However, at a certain point, and not that far from the actual launch, the developers made a bold decision. This is not going to work, and they completely rebuilt the matchmaking from scratch.
But at the end of the day, it became even clearer as we got closer to the deadline that while this has, of course, it's fun and there's something here, it's still lacking a big component. I think you need to add PvP.
And oh my, what a decision that turned out to be. This was not a change that came out of nowhere. I believe there were countless hours spent developing this matchmaking system. What we have now is a confirmed aggression-based matchmaking, where depending on your actions, you are either having fun or fighting for your life. Literally, it sounds like a simple concept on paper, but it is not. The system has to collect data that other games simply do not track, from shooting another player, all the way to whether you extract with others, heal a downed raider, or finish them off. This system is exactly why I believe the player base is so stable, and why Arc Raiders continues to hold its Steam charts so high. If you are a full-time employee with only 4 hours to spare a week, you're not missing out on special events, and you do not have to grind that hard to still play and enjoy the game. There are no entry-level penalties for any map condition, so based on your playstyle, skills, and a little luck, you can still walk away with some of the best loot in the game. And for those a little more bloodthirsty, the PvP layer adds an entirely different challenge on top of all of this. Streamers with esports backgrounds such as T-Fuel, Cloaksy, and Ninja are now streaming Arc Raiders daily, with thousands of viewers watching purely for the PvP. So every player can fully choose their own path. But there is one catch. No one guarantees that just because you have not shot anyone for hours or even days that everyone else will be friendly. Just like in real life, people happen. And for these special people, we have a name. Rats. A term coined by General Sam for players who are the opposite of Chads. These creatures lurk in the shadows, waiting for every opportunity to take down a raider, most often at the extract. And so the community became polarized. PvP players love the interactions and the fights. PvE players get frustrated losing their hard-earned gear to rats. This is the first major issue facing Arc Raiders: community polarization. Embark addressed this early on by simply stating that no PvE-only mode is coming to the game. And I agree with that decision. But the frustration keeps building, and I think I know why. Players get too comfortable in friendly lobbies and forget that PvP exists entirely. Imagine running 7 clean raids in a row, only to get extract camped on the 8th. Would that not make your heart beat a little faster? I bet it would. But Arc Raiders was, is, and always will be an extraction shooter. That reality is sometimes hard to swallow, but it will never change, and instead of fighting it, players need to shift their mindset. For years, the only extraction games on the market were Escape from Tarkov and Hunt Showdown, both built for more experienced and hardcore players. I personally invested thousands of hours into Tarkov, and I genuinely believe Arc Raiders is the entry point into the genre for a huge number of players. And that's exactly why I have to say it clearly. Raiders are not grateful enough for what they have. Beyond PvP, PvE, and aggression-based matchmaking, Arc Raiders also has an amazing system built in for solos, duos, and trios. Something that is not entirely present in other extraction shooters, and something that once again gives players even more freedom of choice. Personally, I prefer playing solo while engaging with other raiders, building small communities, and experiencing the game as a sandbox. While duos and trios are naturally more aimed towards PvP, I believe the solo experience in PvE lobbies is something truly special. On top of that, a recent update introduced a solo versus squads game mode, where a solo raider can choose to run against duos or trios, adding yet another layer of challenge for those who seek it. These matchmaking adjustments continuously push the game towards more and more specific and refined game modes. And that is what I love most about Arc Raiders. It gives you a complete variety of options to try and test for yourself, until you find the perfect balance that fits your playstyle. The community has also been vocal about weapon balance. And look, in Tarkov, when an update dropped, you would pray the next one would not take another year to arrive. A broken weapon build would simply become the new meta for the next 6 months, and everyone would run the same loadout. Arc Raiders gets balance complaints on Reddit daily, yet the team is actively working on it every single week. Furthermore, I have rarely seen such interest from a AAA studio like Embark in their own player base. Their Discord is very well moderated, with thousands of players exchanging ideas daily and actively consulting on what additions could be made to the game. Same goes for patch notes and all information about changes being done to Arc Raiders. On top of that, Embark is currently running a community competition for the best video covering the Hurricane update, encouraging players to submit their finest footage. The winner receives some genuinely exciting prizes, and all of this goes to show that Embark does not just care about their community on paper. They are actively proving it, one update at a time. And that Raiders is something you do not see every day. Most studios release a game and go quiet for months. Embark is in the trenches with you, listening, responding, and building. That alone deserves recognition. In Tarkov, the double damage bug, where a single bullet could deal more damage than intended, was present for years. And the armor and bullet system in Tarkov alone requires hours of research just to understand. Arc Raiders strips all of that complexity away, one augment slot, one shield, one set of skill points, accessible to everyone, without sacrificing depth for those who want it. So my message to the community is simple. Believe in this game. If you are new to the extraction shooter genre and you are enjoying yourself, be grateful for what we have. The game has been out for half a year, we are getting weekly updates, server stability is strong, and new content is being pushed out consistently. A roadmap was dropped within weeks of launch, with a new Arc boss already confirmed for April. When was the last time a game launched with this kind of player base and delivered on its promises this quickly? Arc Raiders is a gem, and it is time the community started treating it like one. What are your thoughts on this topic, Raiders? If you stayed with me all the way until now, please consider subscribing and liking this video. It truly helps. See you topside, Raiders. John Raider out.